awakening. It sounds mystical, extraordinary, but what if it's simply a natural stage of human development? Just as a child matures physically and mentally, we also possess the potential to evolve spiritually. This evolution is not about adopting a religion or belief system. It transcends dogma. It's about connecting with something deeper, something fundamental to our being. This awakening is available to everyone. It's a shift in consciousness, a profound realization of our true nature. Central to awakening is awareness. Awareness is the key that unlocks the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is the gentle reminder to be present, to be here now, in this very moment. When we open our eyes each morning, we have the opportunity to see the world anew, to experience life with a fresh perspective. This is the essence of mindfulness, the practice of being fully engaged with whatever we are doing, without being distracted by the past or the future. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. This means observing our thoughts and feelings without labeling them as good or bad. It's about embracing the full spectrum of our experiences, from the mundane to the extraordinary. When we practice mindfulness, we cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness, allowing us to see things as they truly are, rather than through the lens of our preconceived notions and biases. Life is full of dualities: joy and sorrow, love and loss, success and failure. These contrasting experiences are what make life rich and meaningful. They teach us valuable lessons and help us grow. However, it is easy to get caught up in these dualities, to cling to the moments of joy and resist the moments of sorrow. This clinging and resistance create a cycle of suffering, as we are constantly chasing after pleasure and avoiding pain. We often get caught up in these polarities, clinging to the pleasant and resisting the unpleasant. This attachment creates suffering. When we are attached to a particular outcome or experience, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. The key to breaking free from this cycle is to cultivate a sense of detachment, to observe our experiences without getting swept away by them. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or apathetic, but rather developing a balanced and equanimous mind. True awareness allows us to observe these dualities without getting swept away by them. It gives us the space to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting out of habit or emotion. When we are truly aware, we can see the beauty in every moment, even in the midst of challenges and difficulties. We can appreciate the ebb and flow of life, understanding that everything is temporary and ever-changing. We begin to see life as it is, a constant flow of changing experiences. Just like a river that flows continuously, life is always in motion, never static. Each moment is unique and precious, offering us an opportunity to learn and grow. By embracing this flow, we can let go of our need for control and surrender to the natural rhythm of life. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals or aspirations, but rather approaching them with a sense of flexibility and openness. This perspective brings a sense of peace and equanimity. When we see the world with new eyes, we realize that true happiness comes from within, from a state of inner harmony and balance. We become more compassionate and understanding, both towards ourselves and others. We learn to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth and transformation. In this way, we can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, grounded in the present moment and open to the endless possibilities that each new day brings. The journey of awakening begins with a simple invitation to turn your attention inwards. Explore your inner world through direct experience. Observe your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. Notice the patterns, the habits, the conditioned responses. This self-inquiry is not about analyzing or judging yourself. It's about cultivating a compassionate curiosity about your own being. This is where you will discover your true self. For much of our lives, we identify with our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. We believe we are our thoughts, our feelings, our stories. This identification creates the illusion of a separate self, an ego that feels isolated and alone. This delusion is the root of much of our suffering. We crave external validation, fear loss and change, and constantly seek happiness outside ourselves. But true happiness cannot be found in the fleeting world of form. It can only be found within. Awakening dismantles the illusion of the separate self. We realize we are not our thoughts, but the awareness that observes them. We are not our emotions, but the space in which they arise. This realization brings profound freedom. We are no longer at the mercy of our thoughts and feelings. We begin to experience a deep sense of peace, joy, and interconnectedness. This is not to say that life becomes free of challenges, but our relationship to these challenges transforms. I remember the day I first glimpsed this awakened state. I was walking in the park, lost in thought, when suddenly everything stopped. The world around me seemed to fall away. I felt an immense presence, a stillness so profound that it could only be described as pure being. In that moment, there was no I, no separate self. There was only a vast, interconnected awareness. Although the experience was fleeting, it forever changed me. It showed me the possibility of a different way of being. Awakening is not a one-time event. It's not a destination to be reached. It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery. There will be moments of clarity, moments of grace where the illusion of the separate self falls away. And there will be times when we fall back into old patterns of thinking and behaving. This is all part of the process. The key is to keep returning to the present moment, to keep observing our thoughts and feelings with compassion and curiosity. True peace and happiness are not found in external circumstances. They are not dependent on possessions, relationships, or achievements. They arise from within, from the realization of our true nature. When we awaken to our true selves, we connect with a deep sense of peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace is not the absence of conflict or difficulty. It's the ability to remain present and centered in the midst of life's challenges. It's the understanding that we are not separate from life, but an integral part of it. To find this peace, we must look inward and cultivate a practice of mindfulness and self-awareness. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools to achieve this inner peace. By sitting quietly and observing our thoughts without judgment, we can begin to understand the nature of our mind. Over time, this practice helps us to detach from the constant stream of thoughts and emotions that often dictate our reactions. Another important aspect is gratitude. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This simple shift can have profound effects on our overall sense of well-being and contentment. Additionally, connecting with nature can greatly enhance our sense of peace. Nature has a way of grounding us, reminding us of the beauty and simplicity of life. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting by a lake, these moments of connection can be deeply restorative. Practicing yoga and other forms of physical exercise can also help in finding inner peace. These activities not only improve our physical health, but also our mental and emotional well-being. They teach us to be present in the moment and to listen to our bodies. Finally, building and nurturing relationships with others is crucial. While true peace comes from within, our connections with others can provide support and encouragement on our journey. By fostering a sense of community and belonging, we reinforce the idea that we are all interconnected and that our well-being is tied to the well-being of others. The journey of awakening begins with a simple yet profound question: who am I? This question has echoed through the ages, whispered by sages and seekers alike. It is the cornerstone of spiritual inquiry, the spark that ignites the flame of self-discovery. When you ask this question, you are not merely seeking an answer. You are embarking on a quest to uncover the deepest truths of your existence. This question is a doorway, an invitation to step beyond the confines of the mind and enter the realm of the soul. This is not a question to be answered intellectually. It is not about accumulating knowledge or forming concepts. Instead, it is about direct experience, about feeling and sensing the essence of who you are. It requires a willingness to let go of preconceived notions and to embrace the unknown. The mind may resist, clinging to familiar identities and roles, but the heart knows the way. It is a journey that requires courage, patience, and an open heart. It's an invitation to turn your attention inward, to explore the depths of your being. As you sit in stillness, you begin to notice the layers of thoughts, emotions, and sensations that arise. You observe them without judgment, allowing them to come and go like clouds passing through the sky. Beneath these layers, you may catch glimpses of a deeper presence, a silent witness that is always there, watching, waiting. This presence is your true self, the essence of who you are. As you inquire into your true nature, the illusion of the separate self begins to dissolve. You start to see that the boundaries you once believed in are not as solid as they seemed. The sense of being a separate individual, isolated and alone, gives way to a feeling of interconnectedness with all of life. You realize that you are not a drop in the ocean, but the entire ocean in a drop. This realization brings a profound sense of peace and freedom. You realize that you are not who you thought you were. The masks you have worn, the roles you have played, the stories you have told yourself, all of these begin to fall away. What remains is a sense of pure being, unconditioned and limitless. You are not defined by your past, your achievements, or your failures. You are something far greater, something beyond definition, something eternally present. This realization is both humbling and empowering. You are something far greater, something beyond definition, something eternally present. This presence is the source of all creativity, love, and wisdom. It is the ground of your being, the foundation upon which your life is built. When you connect with this presence, you tap into an infinite wellspring of potential. You begin to live from a place of authenticity and alignment, guided by an inner knowing that transcends the limitations of the mind. The journey of awakening is the greatest adventure you will ever embark upon. It is a journey that takes you to the farthest reaches of your inner landscape, revealing the hidden treasures that lie within. Along the way, you may encounter challenges and obstacles, but each one is an opportunity for growth and transformation. You learn to trust the process, to surrender to the flow of life, and to embrace the mystery of existence. This journey is not about reaching a destination, but about discovering the beauty and wonder of the path itself. It's a journey home to yourself. It is a return to the essence of who you are, a reconnection with the source of your being. As you walk this path, you come to realize that you are never truly alone. You are supported by the universe, guided by an inner light that never fades. This journey is a celebration of life, a dance of the soul, a testament to the infinite potential that resides within you. Embrace it with an open heart, and you will discover the true meaning of freedom and fulfillment.